So this is a water ball. So today's lesson is about buoyancy and floating. So if you have a spherical shape, here's an interesting question. If you have a sphere of radius r, this is a sphere of radius 1 meter. It's a unit sphere. So if you have a sphere of radius r, the volume of a sphere is A, pi r cubed, B, 4/3 pi r cubed, C, 1/2 pi r cubed, D, none of the above. Think for a minute. The correct answer is D, none of the above. The volume of a sphere is 0 by definition. Now, question 2, question 1. Question 2, the volume contained inside the sphere of radius r is, think for a minute, B, 4/3 pi r cubed. Now, we can talk, and so this sphere is of unit radius, 1 meter radius. So r is 1, so r cubed is 1. So the volume contained inside the sphere is 4 pi by 3. And of course the volume of the sphere is 0 by definition. So now we can understand buoyancy. So the way this works is you fill it up with air and you can run around on top of the water. So there's a hiccup here. It opens up. So you can get in through this opening, and then it's tied by a rope to somebody on land, and we just have to safety is the first priority whenever you're playing with this, so you want to play not near rocks. And here's a good spot where there's no rocks. And of course if it's stormy you want to not go out in the ball, so it's good for calm water. And so you go in. Now to close the zipper, it takes 2 people to close it. So you have one person, there's 2 handles here, and to close it, one person grabs this handle and the second person grabs this handle and brings the zipper. One person can open it, so the opener can grab this handle and grab it and pull it away. It's actually easier to open it than it is to close it, so if you need to open it quickly. So to get, you go in on land and run around, and then if there's any trouble or whatever, you pull the person back in. So one person needs to be, it's like an amusement park ride. One person has to be designated as the ride attendant and will at all times tie the rope around their waist to look after the safety of the person riding. And so if anything is wrong, or if if the person riding, you would signal that by pointing at the rope if you want to pull in and finish the ride. So then you pull the rope in and roll onto land, and then this Velcro here opens up, and then you slide this open. And so there's enough air in there for about 8 hours, but usually the ride only lasts about 10 minutes or so. You'll be tired after 8 minutes. So you run around. It's quite a lot of exertion, a lot of energy is trying to stay up. So it's a really fun ride because you're running around trying to stay down.
Do you have air conditioning?
Yeah, that's the blower. Fresh air blows in. Air conditioning. And so then we tie off the rope here around somebody's waist, and then you can run around on the water and understand buoyancy and flotation. So you're inside this ball on the water, but you stay dry. So it's really interesting because it shows us the difference between environment and environment. It's a vessel that's enclosed, and it's a unit vessel, so it's a 1 meter spherical vessel that the environment is that which is around us, that which is outside the vessel, and the environment is us ourselves, that's what's inside the vessel, and the environment is the vessel itself. The environment is the boundary between the environment and the environment. So we call this the environment. So it helps us, it's one good way to understand the concept of environmentalism, which is the interplay between environment and environment. Technologies like clothing, vessels, vehicles, those are all environments, examples of environment. All right.